Hello, welcome back to the tutorial about user interface design in Android. Sorry, last time I made a little mistake by this label I made here. What I actually mean by this is supposed to be linear layout vertical. I'm so sorry about this. I don't know. And this is supposed to be linear layout horizontal. Okay, I'm glad you've actually pardoned me right now. So I'm sorry for that misleading message. Right now, I want to head directly to the next thing that we have, which is we have step 3 action, that is design. I was actually supposed to use Photoshop or Illustrator to do this, but it's going to take a whole lot of our time in using that application. So I think using CorelDRAW is going to be more faster, for me to make this video as short as possible. So let me just head immediately to do it. I believe that you actually understand what we did here that time. So what I'm trying to do now is just to make a little colorful look of this, of what we have here, to make it look a little bit like it's a phone and then an app, something like that. I already have some icons I got online that will represent our club logos and all that. So let me just head directly to this page 2 to now start doing design. Just follow along. It's not actually a design class, it's just for us to be able to get everything into play. If you are to do a normal app, these are the steps that you're actually supposed to follow. If you are doing it on your own, or you have a designer that will actually help you, or you're working in a company and there are people that actually do the design, and maybe you are just a coder or something like that. So I will make the same type of design I made last time, like a wireframe, but this time I'm going to make it look a little colorful that will represent our app. So I'm going to create something like this. Something like this. This time it's going to be a little colored, to just create an impression of the app theme. Then go ahead and make something of this sort. I'm just going to make it look a little nice. Just follow along. It's fun sometimes to do this kind of thing. It's a little fun. That's why I like design most times. It gives you a feel of what you're actually trying to get at the end of the day and how it will look like. So let's just, this is not a real thing, but just for demonstration purpose, it's not going to be bad. Okay, I think it's too wide. Okay, if you are following the article, you will actually see a link that gave us the Google design guideline on how our app should actually look like. So I'm going to head up to the website right now, and you can actually look at the colors that we have there. It's a material design guideline by Google. So we're going to actually head up to material.io/guidelines/style/color.html. Don't worry about this URL, it's long and actually included in the article, so you could actually just click and then come actually to this very place now. So in our app, let's say we are going to use one of these colors. I'm going to show you how it's going to be applied. In Android, we have what we call the primary color and the primary color dark, and then we also have what we call the accent color. I'm actually going to base more on the primary and the primary color and then the primary color dark. So normally the primary color is this particular one with hash 500, and the primary color dark is the one that has 700. I don't have time to begin to go through all these documentations and everything. There's a lot of things you can actually learn here, so take your time if you're actually building for Android and follow this very tutorial and the guidelines here. For everything is arranged for the icons, images, typography, writing, layouts, patterns, components, everything that you need for your app is actually structured very well here. So my concern here is just to pick a color to make our app look a little clean. So now I'm going to pick this, but before then let me just go back to CorelDRAW and create something that looks like our action bar. So I'm going to make an action bar here. No, first of all I'll make the where our accent our dark theme will actually fall on. That is where the dark color will be applied. So here is where the dark theme will be applied, the dark primary color dark. Sorry. Then below here I will have the action bar. The action bar looks something like this. If you remember, in the mock-up I was actually showing you something like this that has some ellipses down here. So now I'm going to head back to that place and pick this color. This color value is okay. I'm using teal. Teal is the color I chose. This is the 500, so I'll choose this color. In CorelDRAW there's a way you actually do to apply this very color. So I'm going to double click on this. Sorry, I'm going to double click here. Sorry, this is where I'm actually looking for the edit field. I want to apply this very color to that place, so I'm going to apply the hex value, the color that I just copied right now, to this place, and I'll apply it. Then I will have to remove this. Then coming back again, I'll take the 700, which is the dark. Then I'll come back to my CorelDRAW and select the very little this thing on top here, and then choose the same place again. I will fill it with this, and I will remove the outline. So this is our color down here. Now I'm going to actually put, like what we said last time, that our app name is Clubber. So I'm going to type here Clubber. Then I'm going to make the typography look a little nice by using title case, changing the font to I'm going to use Roboto medium. So we'll actually reduce the font to say like 16, make it white. Then I'm going to actually create again the ellipses, the overflow icons that we talked about last time in our wireframe. So it's going to have white. I think the color is a little big. Then align it somewhere like this. It's way too big. Our action bar seems to be a little too big, so I just want to reduce it. Normally I'm actually supposed to have some other icons here, but there's no time for us to create that right now. Let me just head up to complete the design, make it look a little better. So right now what I'm supposed to do right now is what we discussed in the initial video. We have something like this that is explaining our list items, the club with the club logo here and the description and a little other details that we actually supposed to have. So going back to the page 2 here, what we'll have is the title now. So we'll head up now and create the list item. So we'll still use the same procedure. Like I told you, this is a linear layout that has been designed like a list item somewhere. Don't worry, when we enter the real programming in our Android Studio, you will see how these things work. But the idea is that you should know what this is. It's kind of nesting of a lot of views together. So this particular one right now, it's a linear layout that is vertical. Then we begin to nest other views inside them. So let me continue. This is basically how maybe just add a little whitish color. This will represent our divider. Then let me bring in the icon or the logo. The football club logo is going to appear here. In Android, to represent an image that looks like this, there are a lot of circular image views that you can actually use. There are a lot of libraries online that you can actually get to make your images to look exactly like this. So now it's time for me to begin to include these logos here. So I'm going to use Manchester United first of all and put it inside this place. I'm going to tweak it to fit. I'm going to still adjust it a little bit until don't worry about all these things I'm doing. These are different design decisions that you can actually make when you are doing your app. So here now I actually have Manchester United. Let me just go ahead and do the descriptions and whatever thing that we need to do based on what we have here. We have the club name, the found date, the trophies, and the coach, stuff like that. So let me just head up and do it right away here. I'm going to type Manchester United FC, then founded, let me say 1987. The coach is, let me say, Alex Ferguson. That's if you're a Man U fan, sorry about that. This is the last person I actually remember. I'm not a serious fan. I don't have the power to keep up with those details, but maybe after this thing I can go and look it up. Alright, so I'm going to format this text to actually be the same Roboto medium, and I'm going to reduce the fonts a little bit. Then I'm going to make them one by one so that I can actually do what I want to do with them. Then I can actually format them as well. This could be this color, this could have a lighter, this could have, let me say this, I'm sorry. I don't know if there's any other detail that we actually wanted to have in the app, but this is just going to be what we need for now. Now I'm going to make a duplicate of this. I'm going to make a duplicate of these, and then I will make the changes to these logos and maybe the names later. Forgive me if I'm a little fast. I am trying as much as possible to make this video not to last too long. All right, so let me see if I can change these icons as fast as possible. Let me pick Chelsea. First of all, let me remove this guy. Yeah, that power click is a powerful feature in CorelDRAW that can actually help you to create kind of masked effect. If you are to be in Photoshop, you are supposed to use a clipping mask to apply that feature of um, rounded image or whatever thing you want to put in a circle or ellipse. So right now we are coming closer to what we need. So the essence of all this now we are doing is assuming a company actually approached you and they gave you this very design mock, maybe from their designer, or you are the designer and you're actually working with a programmer that will actually do the real app. So these are things that if the person actually sees this, he will be able to have in mind this is how this thing is going to look like. So when the person starts doing it, you'll be able to explain to the person that has the work, this is what I'm trying to achieve, and from this you don't need to struggle with colors and arrangements. You already have this as a guide, so you could actually start creating something on the fly instantly without wasting a lot of time. So this is why this is very, very necessary, to follow these steps gradually. It's considered to be best practices, and it's something that is going to make your work professional, and people are going to like working with you. Unlike when you're just building something without a plan, it's like you're just building a house without a foundation, so it doesn't make any sense. You end up making a lot of mistakes and wasting a whole lot of time because you'll be iterating, trying to change this, change that, change this, change that. So you see, we were able to create this because we are not trying to make a different decision based on we already have something from the last time, and we're already just creating that from here. So this is what we intended to achieve. I don't have a lot of images to complete these ones, and there's no time for me to begin to make changes to all this, but let me just try to do that. This is Arsenal. This is Barcelona. This is Chelsea. And I think these are the ones that have names right here. Let me go back to the views that we had last time, and let me see if we actually created a lot of things that we need. Okay, we have here the club name, the founder year. Okay, the coach is somewhere, and then the trophies. We missed out trophies, so let's just go back and see if there's a way we could actually add that. So I think the coach is somewhere here, then we'll actually just put trophies somewhere here. The trophies just represents the number of trophies that those people have actually won. You could do it in different ways. You could make the stuff different views, but now I'm using just one. So let me do it this way. Let's try to change the coach names and all that. Pardon me if I don't know all the names. I actually don't know all of them. Manchester City. The ones that I don't know their name, I'm going to just leave it with Ferguson. So Ferguson should just take care of all of them. I know. Okay, I think I remember right now. I think it's Mourinho here. So you still have to pardon me for all those mistakes. I'm trying to make this not to be that boring again. Okay, so let me just stop here for this home screen. You know, in a normal design, I'm supposed to format this text to look very nice, and this is actually supposed to be a little lesser than it is here. So because it's too big, I don't like it. It doesn't actually bring the whole thing that we're talking about into play. So let me try to reduce this maybe to something like 11 or 10. It's okay. Let me see also if I can reduce the trophies too. Okay, I'll also take time to make a little explanation again for the last time for this home view of our app. I'm going to make, like the last time I said, I'm going to use a red line to actually circle this view to actually show you how they are arranged hierarchically. So I'm going to start with circling them. Generally from here we have a list item, and the box that is housing this list item is a vertical linear layout. So this whole box is a vertical linear layout. I'm going to give it a red line that houses two other views, and inside that view is one image view. Sorry, inside there we have two. Here we have another. The linear layout vertical houses this particular view that is horizontal linear layout. So this yellow one, let me make it a little orange or something. So the red one is a vertical linear layout that is vertical. This one, the orange one, is a horizontal linear layout that is going to stack its children left to right. So this image view now that has a color of magenta is horizontally aligned to this another linear layout that is here. This linear layout, this is another linear layout that I'm trying to show you. So because they are horizontal, so this one is here and housing this particular one right now. So, and inside this linear layout we also have another this is linear layout, the black one, that has its children arranged on top of each other. So this is also another linear layout, and this is also another linear layout. This is a kind of tricky. It took me a whole lot of time to begin to figure this out, and that is why I'm trying to explain this most importantly for this very tutorial, because this is one of the most important things you will learn here. So inside our vertical linear layout we have another linear layer that is horizontal, because if you check this view is aligned horizontally with this other view somewhere here. You understand? So that is what I'm trying to show. This one is different, and this one, this particular view right now, this blue one and this one that is covering here, so this and these are aligned horizontally left to right or right to left. The same thing is applicable to this one below. So that is the hierarchy of arrangement for our views. But this is what constitutes a particular list item. Remember I told you that this also is a view. This is a text view that is arranged horizontally with each other. So this one will just form the last view here, because the children in this particular one are 3. So if you check this out, you will understand what I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to make this as clear as it could be for easy understanding. Please pardon any mistake that I've actually made, but try to understand that this trophy is in one text view, this 50 is in another text view, Alex Ferguson is in another text view, this one is another text view, this is in another text view, and this image view is actually in a horizontal linear layout which have 2 children, the image view and another linear layout here that is now vertical that housed all these other ones. Yeah, this is the best I can do for this place, and I'll continue to the last section of this, which is going to represent this place in the wireframe, in the drawing. In our page 1 you have something that looks this way, so that is what we are trying to actually create now. So let me go back and do it somewhere here. I'm going to make a copy of this like we did last time. I'm going to remove a whole lot of things from here. So from the image we have in page 1, there's a way this thing will actually screen down. If you scroll this up in real device, this Manchester United is actually going to form the title of this particular activity. So that is what I'm trying to impress here. So just follow along as I do this. I'm going to expand this to be something like this. So this will represent our image view that is actually in a collapsible app bar layout in Android. So our title is going to come down here, and support library have a way of making this thing look very clean and nice. Then I'm going to put one image. I'm assuming that we are actually using Chelsea. Let's assume that Chelsea is the one that is selected. So I'm going to bring in Chelsea to be the actual image that is here. So I'm going to put Chelsea somewhere here. Just somewhere here. Sorry, what I'm trying to do is not working out. Let me head back and use another method. I'm actually trying to blend this color on top of the green color. So let me see if I can place it on top and get that fixed. Sorry. So um, this is what I'm actually trying to create. Sorry, I'm actually keeping quiet. I'm just trying to figure out how to make this look better. Okay, this is our. I probably will actually make this color to look a little different, maybe using our green color here to color the stuff so that it will be visible. Anyhow it is, I just want you to understand what I'm trying to create. That is the most important thing. Okay, assuming that is what is selected, I'm going to go and pick this very navigation that I created last time. I don't want to be wasting time anymore, so I'll pick it from here. I'll make it white. This is not really looking very nice because the white, the image is actually looking white, so that is why it's not actually blending as it's supposed to be. So but just understand what I'm trying to create here. In real life you will actually know it will look much better in the real application. So now I'm going to do this, do the coach, and the way it is right now, let me just copy this and use it here. So at this level we're going to use a card view. Card view is a design widget that is actually included in the design support library, so in Android. So it's part of the material design metaphors that were included in as a design tool, like actually used to make your app look very nice. To display a look of card view, it's more sweet and nice to do it in Photoshop and Illustrator because they have this powerful drop shadow effect that it's very crisp and very nice looking, you understand. So it creates a very nice impression of a backdrop of shadow in the background. So normally all the card views are always white with a shadow. So but CorelDRAW doesn't have that powerful feature of drop shadow. It has a drop shadow, but not as you can actually get in other applications, in the Adobe applications. I'm actually going to try and create something like that. So from here I'm going to use kind of small glow. When it glows out, I'm going to make the color a little darker. Then I'm trying to feather it off a bit. So then I'm going to give it a radius. In Android you will actually have a radius of 4. So let me just give it this way. So here from the design last time we have something looking this way: coach, then founded, and trophies. So I'm going to make this double. It's going to be double. One will be up somewhere here. This is going to represent our Another thing that you, from what we have actually done all this while, you will actually discover that there's different ways you can position your views. So if you're actually doing this on real application, you should know that this is a linear layer that is vertical, because I'm trying to place founded on top of, for readability sake, for this app to not be that clustered. So I'm trying to make this thing look a little better instead of nesting everything together like this. I prefer it to be this way. So with the already explanations that we made so far, you could actually know that this is a linear layout, this one is on top of each other. Then you could now think from what I did how you could achieve this. This is in linear layout, vertical of each on top of each other, but horizontally with this particular coach. This and this is vertically on top of each other. So these are how you organize your views. Then you know that you're now actually doing the right thing. So okay, from the design last time, what we did here was the history of the app. So in Android, we are actually supposed to have a divider kind of stuff here that will just demarcate what we are trying to display down. So this is history. Then under the history, we now have a text. I don't know if there's any text that we could actually grab somewhere here. So let me just grab this stuff here, and let me place it somewhere here. So I'm going to place a text box here. I'm going to make the font size 8. Let me place this. I'll format it again to have little. Okay, so this is what we have as the final look, and we could actually have another thing somewhere like a floating action button that could actually represent a share. So let me use let's say magenta color, and this is actually supposed to be a share icon that we could actually place here. But now let me just type share. this is not the right thing. This is supposed to be a share icon. So if there's a share icon here, you can actually just include it. When we start doing the real app design, I'm going to make available all those very tools, then everybody can actually follow along and maybe download them later. So I'm sorry for not doing the right thing. I'm just trying to make this video as short as possible, and this is no more an excuse again. So this is where someone can just click and he can share this with other people outside. So, and the same thing, you can actually apply shadows to our action bar. You can actually apply that to it. So this is basically where I'm going to stop in this explanation, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.